All right, an important day in court today for Benjamin Morris, the Moline man charged with 30 felonies related to child sex abuse materials. If convicted, Morris could be sentenced to hundreds of years in prison. Our executive producer, Barb Ickes, is here in studio. You've been covering this criminal case for a while now and also in the courtroom. Barb, what can you tell us about what happened today?
Today was kind of a twofer. First, we heard about whether Morris should remain in jail and called a detention hearing. And then the second was his prelim, and that's where we decide whether there's probable cause to continue with the charges. The state fought his release, saying that no conditions of pretrial release are going to keep this community safe from Morris. In fact, State's Attorney Dora Villarreal pointed out the seriousness of the charges against him, saying more charges could be coming, and that Morris was attempting to meet children in person who were as young as 10 years old. She also said that the FBI is investigating this case too. Now, Morris's father, Daniel Morris, testified at this morning's detention hearing. He says the community would be safe with his son living at his home in Coal Valley. He said the family's password-protected devices would keep Morris off the internet, for instance.
And then what about the second part of this hearing? What happened there, and what are the implications of that part?
Right, that's the prelim, and there was some compelling new details that came out of that. For instance, a Rock Island police detective testified that Morris's geolocation was turned on at the time he's accused of video recording that sexual abuse material. And those locations included Devil's Glen Park in Bettendorf and an unnamed hotel in Davenport. Another detail that wasn't previously disclosed is that Morris is accused of exchanging dozens of photos and videos of child sex abuse material with his brother. According to testimony today, the older brother is serving in the U.S. Air Force in London, and military notification has been made.
So the mention of his brother came up today. That was the first time?
First we heard of it, yes. That has not been disclosed previously, that he may have been involved with the exchange of some of this information.
Understood. Well, how did the hearings end? What happened kind of towards the end, and kind of where do we go from here?
On the matter of pretrial release, the judge ruled against it. He agreed with State's Attorney Villarreal that there are no conditions of discharge, like GPS monitoring, that sort of thing, that would protect the community, meaning Morris will remain in jail. In the preliminary portion, the judge said sufficient probable cause does in fact exist to proceed with the case. And then Morris's next appearance will be a pretrial conference that's coming up on September 10th.
Barb Ickes, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jonas.